They say this mountain can't be moved. They say these chains will never break.
I love those first two lines. She has such a comforting factor to her voice, such a warm but strong ambiance to her voice, if you will. And I love the first two lines that she did there. They say this mountain can't be moved. Right on beat, pretty much, you know. But she did some simple nuances in the second line. They say these chains will never break. It wasn't never break, never break. And she used the B consonant or the B phoneme to kind of shape and modify how she wanted to say the word break. They say these chains will never break, never break. And that brought an extra beat to her vocal line, if you will. Simple nuances make a huge difference, and she is so good at the simple nuances because she's going to give you the song for what it is. She's going to sing a melody line, and that's it. And that's one thing that I love about CeCe. There is consistency in her voice. There is consistency in her presentation each and every time. It's a class act, you know? I love it.
But they don't know you like we do. There is power in your name.
Also, I'm going to say this too. I also appreciate the fact that every song that I know of hers, I'll say that, every song that I know of hers, they're all right in her range. They're perfect for her voice. She never tries to reach too high, reach too low. She knows exactly what she wants to do, and she does it well each and every time. That's one of the main tickets of her longevity, in my opinion. Of course, she's anointed, she's gifted, you know, all that stuff. So that's without saying. But I think another factor we have to consider is the fact that she knows her voice so well and knows what she can do so well. When you do that, you stay in your lane. And she is in her lane and has been in her lane for many, many years. And that's why she's so consistent. One of the many reasons why she's so consistent, because she stays in her lane. She sounds the same as she did when I was little. I remember Addictive Love. I remember Heaven. It's what I live for. A place where love would never cease. I remember that one song, Don't Cry for Me, Don't Shed a Tear. Those songs, she sounded exactly the same as she did back then. Like, once again, she's consistent and she knows her voice very, very well.
We've heard that there is no way through. We've heard the tide will never change.
I love that line right there. We've heard the tide. If you notice on that word heard, there was some longness, if I could use that word. Her vowel was a little bit longer, a little bit more puckered here. We've heard, then tide was a little more spread. We've heard the tide. Look at her mouth as she sings. She is so good at painting a picture with her voice without all the fanfare of runs and riffs and going up and down and all over the place. She stays right where she wants to be, and she really gives these songs the nuances that they need. One of the other many things I love about Miss CeCe Winans.
They haven't seen what you can do. There is power in your name. So much power in your name. Move the immovable, break the unbreakable. God, we believe. God, we believe for it.
I love how she brings that weight in on the last syllable of each of those words in the first two parts of the chorus. I'm gonna show you. Move the unmovable, break the unbreakable. You hear how I'm bringing weight in on the last syllable of those two words, unmovable and unbreakable? She's bringing some cricoid tilt. I say that word all the time. That cricoid tilt that brings that beef to the voice. I think that's part of her magic too. One of the many things I look for when I hear her music is that cricoid, that weight tilt. She's so good at that nice belt that she has.
From the impossible, we'll see a miracle. God, we believe. God, we believe for it.
So I feel like her voice has some root of tongue in it maybe. God, we believe. God, we believe for it. Yeah, there's a little root of tongue in her voice. It gives that color that we all know CeCe to have, that we all know her to have. God, we believe for it. And it wasn't for it, for it. So she has a root of tongue in there, as well as some dropped, more lower jaw, more rounder shapes in the lips here. It gives us that rich tone that we all know her to have. So it has that root of tongue, kind of rounded lips, maybe a lower jaw slightly, but there's definitely some darkening and some richness giving to her voice, if I could say it like that, you know?
Know that hope is never lost. Oh, there is still an empty grave. God, we believe no matter what, there is power in your name. So much power in your name. Move the immovable, break the unbreakable. God, we believe. God, we believe for it.
And I like the subtle runs and riffs she gives in the middle of her stuff. Like at the end of that verse, you heard a little movement she did right there. It was nice. And then right there at the God we believe, right there, she did a little something right there. So it's that little stuff that she does so well that I feel like really just makes the magic of CeCe Winans, you know?
From the impossible, we'll see a miracle. God, we believe. God, we believe for it. How many know Jesus is the way? You are the way when there seems to be no way.
I also love the color and the speed of her vibrato. I love the speed of it, the fluidity of it, and it's always so consistent and it's always so present. And she places it intentionally at the ends of words or in the middle of words, whatever the case may be. But I love how consistent her vibrato is to the ear. I love that. It's not super fast, it's not super slow, it's just really perfect. It really fits, you know, her aesthetic, her brand, if you will.
We trust in you, God, you have the final say. Yeah.
Did you hear that final say? So that cricoid tilt came back in at the end of final say, and then she brought it back out when she kind of came off of that with a run. Okay? That's what happened right there.
Yes, you are. There seems to be no way. You'll make a way out of no way. We trust in you, God, you have the final say. The final say. Move the immovable, break the unbreakable. God, we believe. God, we believe for it. From the impossible, we'll see a miracle. God, we believe. God, we believe for it. If God said it, believe it, and it's done.
I think there's also some nasality, like I said, to her voice. At the end of that chorus right there, believe for it. She brought that velum down, kind of settled it, kind of got softer, a little less intense to bring the music back down because the music's going down for a minute right here. So she brought the music back down a little bit. God, we believe for it. Brought some nasality, dropped that soft palate, that velum right there, and really let that sound have that warm quality that we know her to have.
You said it, I believe it. You said it, it is done.
Did you hear it? It is done. So she had nasality, forwardness right there. It is done. The word done. And then it is done. Then she brought that cricoid back in on the end of done. The second half of done, I should say. Right there, she brought it back in.
You said it, I believe it. You said it, it is done. You said it, yes you did. I believe, and I believe it. You said, by your stripes I'm healed. By your stripes I'm healed. You said, just because you said, I believe, I can trust you with it.
Also, she looks amazing. Oh my gosh. She looks so beautiful. Royal even in this gown that she has. It fits her so well. It fits the stage. It fits the whole aesthetic of what she's trying to give here. It really fits really well.
Move the immovable, break the unbreakable. God, we believe. God, we believe for it.
Better have fun with that. That was good. See how she started dancing a little bit right there? I saw you now. All right, CeCe.
Yeah. We'll see a miracle. We'll see a miracle. God, we believe. God, we believe. God, we believe for it.
If you enjoyed this analysis and performance, click subscribe down below. Then click the alert button next to it so you know when the next video is posted. And as I always say, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. All right, y'all. See y'all soon.